3 of TD 8.1, I was reading the Head of Economic Development and Regeneration comments, Schembri, yes. And I won't start again, but I'll pick it up in the middle. Please see more inquiries for units of this size. Are you with me?
Yes.
And the Council supported encouraging new development and growth there. The district's employment sites contain very few existing units of this size and not aware of any that will be available in the time frame required. Right, that's what was said that. Then we go to September, which is 8.3. Okay, TD 8.3. And if you find page 31, and again, happy this is paginated, you'll see that this is to do with the same building. Page 31. And then if you look at page 35, Miss Schembri, I think we find exactly the same comment. Sorry, let me just check whether I've said that correctly. Yeah, I thought they were the same, and they are. So we got the same comments twice, August and September 2015.
Yes.
Yeah? All right. And are you aware of any more recent expression of view from the Head of Economic Development and Regeneration since then? About
this particular proposal?
Well, about this proposal, or indeed about the availability of premises of this sort of size in the district.
So I'm just getting my dates right. So this is September 2015.
That's right, yeah.
So local plan 2015 was January, so that's beforehand. There seems to be a fundamental problem with this comment because it seems to contradict what was said in the third options draft of the local plan in January 2015. So this is 9 months before.
No, it doesn't, because that, I mean, look at that, that says most of the demand is for smaller units. It doesn't say all of it. You want to look at that?
It doesn't say all of it, no, I agree. But
there's not a contradiction.
There's certainly no demand for large businesses, for large units. That's what I infer by what's in the January 2015 preferred options.
But it's limited demand for large units, which require significant capital investment, usually built out by by the developer. But what this is saying is that there are more inquiries for units of this size, and there aren't many available. That's all it's saying.
At that point, yes.
All right. Well, let's look at the information that you've produced in your rebuttal appendices. So you'll need your rebuttal appendices, and you will need that document, inquiry document number 8. And let's just go through them in order. You've done this already, so I hope we can save a bit of time, but one or two points you haven't picked up. So Barwick Road, Dover, yeah? And you give us the information, 320,000 odd square feet, 7.36 hectares, option district. You didn't mention, did you, in your notes in Appendix 1, the planning permission for 220 houses? Did you?
I didn't mention it, but I can say a bit more about that. It would be helpful.
You already said more about it.
Okay.
But what I want to know first of all is why didn't you mention it? I'm assuming it's because you didn't know about it.
No, I didn't know about it. I didn't mention it because the site's still available and it's being advertised for
you're wrong, but you see, it's relevant, isn't it? Surely it's relevant if you're referring to available premises to point to tell the inspector. You say it's not relevant, saying there's a planning permission for 20 houses on the site. It's relevant, but you say, well, it's been around for years and nobody's taken it up. That's your point.
That's the point.
Why didn't you mention it? Why didn't you mention it?
I mentioned it earlier on.
No. Why didn't you mention it? You wouldn't have mentioned it if we hadn't put in this document, would you? It's regrettable.
I did know about it.
Well, I'm going to leave it at that point.
Okay.
Let's actually look at what's on offer. First of all, it is how far is Dover from let's say the appeal site roughly?
To the boundary of Dover.
Well, I mean, roughly 20 miles. Let me suggest a figure. 20 miles at the back.
I don't think it's that far.
Have you got an alternative figure? Can we check?
From the appeal site to the boundary of Dover.
No, to this site.
Oh, this site
Barwick
is what
Road,
Barwick Road.
Dover.
I don't know. I haven't done the calculation, sorry, I don't know.
All right.
It says in the information it's, I didn't say, I don't give it a figure.
Okay, let's look at the particulars. Let's move on. Caxton's, it says development land, doesn't it, for sale?
That's how they describe it,
Yeah.
yes.
And then it says over the page, description, the site comprises third circuit.
So what's the thing? We now looking at the Caxton's document.
Yeah.
Right.
Inquiry document A. Yeah, sorry. It's the first page of that. And so I've drawn attention to what it says on the front, which is development land for sale, front page.
Yes.
Second entry description, the site comprises 7.36 hectares roughly on a terrace site, the existing vacant industrial buildings surrounded by hard standing. Outline planning permissions been granted for up to 220 dwellings, £2.3 million. I mean, it's not on the market for the letting the existing buildings, is it?
But that's the way that this information has been presented. It doesn't suggest that this site isn't suitable for employment use. That's just their view that it's a development site. I could describe it as a retail site if I wanted to. It doesn't mean it can be a retail site. I think
It
the
is
point
a development
is,
site, 'cause it's got planning permission for 200 years. That is how it's being marketed.
that's how it's been marketed, absolutely, but I'm...
The units are not on the market for occupation, for
Well,
It
presumably,
doesn't
Mr.
work.
King, just to cut to the chase here, I assume anyone purchasing the land could, if they wish, use the existing industrial unit.
But I'm interested in what's available now on the market for letting.
I mean, it says development land, but presumably anyone purchasing the site could use it for any purpose.
Well, subject to plan.
Well, obviously subject to plan.
I rather doubt are they going to pay 2.3 million for some old industrial building? Don't
I
know.
don't know, I thought...
All right, well, I shall have to make some motion about it. I don't think that's not trouble with the Savills particulars. I think they add particularly, except we see under description, perhaps we pick this up under description of Savills particulars. Third line, the buildings have been damaged in places, so are in poor to fair condition. You see that?
They are, and so are buildings 1 and 3 on the airport side.
Okay, next, Hamel. Now, what are these? This is Hamel Business Park, all right? Have you, by the way, have you visited any of these sites?
I've been to Manston Business Park, and I've been to Discovery Park,
But not the others,
but not the others. No.
all right? You see, what are these photographs of in this document?
Employment units.
Where?
The description I have is on a new business park in an accessible rural location.
Yeah, but you see, the trouble is that the development has been started yet for their building.
No.
You know that?
I must confess I didn't know
No.
that, but they're advertising it, so there's an opportunity there.
It's to build, but they're not premises that are currently available, because the buildings don't exist. I mean, I think what exists now, it's like these are my instructions. They've been double checked. The next document, Dover Industrial, do you see Hamel Business Park, Woodensborough?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a photograph. Actually, I don't know whether it's cleared or whether those buildings are there at the moment or not. But anyway, it hasn't been developed and you weren't aware of that. Those are my instructions in this. Excuse me. That will be confirmed later on in evidence. All right, Manston Business Park. That's very close to the airfield, so moving on. You said that there are a number of units that are available, which I think is absolutely correct. But I mean, they're relatively small, aren't they, these units? Do you know what the maximum size of unit that's available at Manston Business Park is?
I don't off the top of my head, but when I visited it a couple of days ago, it's obvious that there are lots and lots of vacant units all in a very neat little terrace.
That's it, yeah. But they're relatively small. I'm told about 1,000 square feet.
Yes.
I mean, can you confirm or not that there are no units of a comparable size to any of the appeal buildings?
Not at the moment, but I would suggest that, and I've certainly acted in instances where dividing walls have come down between these units rather quickly to create bigger units. And so if you did that, there would be space comparable to the buildings.
There's land available.
There's land available, but the existing units, and there's lots of them.
All right, well, I'm interested in premises. The next one is, let's try and get it on. Yeah, that's all right. We don't need to look at that. The former barrack site is the next thing in this sheet. You see.
I do.
And then we've got this picture of the proposed trade park. We've got a slightly clearer picture on the next sheet. And the land that you're concerned with here, I think, is the sort of, I don't know what it is, a piece of fruit of some kind. Sitting on it. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, lovely, the red land.
That's the land we're talking about, I think, isn't it?
That's what's been advertised by the sheet, yes.
Is that's near, that again is Dover, isn't it? Dover town.
It's Whitefish Business Park in Dover, yep.
And but there are no buildings on it, are there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Nothing's been developed yet, no, okay, thank you. And indeed, I don't think you suggest there are. Now, Discovery Park, finally on Appendix 1, do you know how much non-office stroke laboratory floor space is currently available?
No idea.
Well, there's none, I'm instructed. And well, I probably don't need to deal with that. Okay, all right. Appendix 2, let's move on to Appendix 2. The first one here, this is your rebuttal Appendix 2. First one here is All Saints Industrial Park, Margate. You say 800 to 40,000 square feet shell-conditioned industrial units ready for fit-out. Just look at the particulars, will you, in the sheet, document A. Description. The development will comprise a range of industrial business units to suit occupiers and manufacturing people offer. The unit will be provided in a shell condition ready for ingoing tenants fit-out. I mean, that might have been a clue, but are you saying these buildings exist? This development's been undertaken? Would you not know?
Well, from that, I don't know, but from that description, they're saying it will be provided.
Yes. Well, there aren't any buildings on this site either.
No, it could
All right.
be.
Okay, well, so that's not buildings. Old Timber Yard Industrial Estate, Ramsgate. That's, you see, your Appendix 2 just says 43,560 square feet. And so it's not clear from your schedule what that is, but that's land, not buildings, isn't it?
That is land, not buildings.
And then if we look at the sheet that relates to this, land to let in Old Timber Yard Industrial Estate, Ramsgate, CT12, description, the site comprises an open compound towards the bottom page of unmade ground, surrounded by open fields and farmland. This will suit a variety of uses, including building storage, container storage, or large machinery. So it's just a grotty old bit of land, isn't it?
I don't know whether it's grotty and I don't know if it's old, but it's land.
It's land. All right, that's all that is. And then finally, New Dover Road, Canterbury. And delighted to be able to report that does exist. Do you know about the condition of this?
I don't, but when you read the description, you get a bit of a feel for
And look at the photograph.
the photograph, but I think we've said earlier, this reminds us much of Building 3 on the airport site.
That's how far away in Canterbury, New Dover Road, Canterbury.
I don't know the exact.
I'm told about
Distance on
18
site.
miles. Yes?
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Well, I can't agree with that, I don't know
All right,
the
you
actual
don't.
figure, but you know,
Okay.
it's
All right, thank you. That's all on that. We're very nearly finished. I'm going to comfortably beat my time estimate. One or two other matters. If you look at your proof of evidence, paragraph 6.26, so this is your main proof, 6.26. This is where you page 23. I'd like to draw where you draw the inspector's attention to the standstill appeal decision. What you say later in the paragraph is that the important point is, you see that about 2/3 of the way through the paragraph. Did you pick that up?
Sorry, what does
So
it mean?
it's about 2/3 of the way down in paragraph 626. 626?
Yes, got that. Yep.
The important point is, it says, that the inspector considered that the policy of protecting airport use should be treated strictly, as otherwise the failure to do so leads to the dilution of uses on the site, which undermines the policy objective to keep airport uses solely for the airport. Can we actually look at the decision?
We can.
Please, it's your appendix 3. So this is tab 9 in that file. Site visit made on 9th March 2011. Rather than spending our time with people who have a chance to read it, can I just take it straight to the end? Paragraph 15. I therefore conclude that the proposal would prejudice the supply of airport-related office floor space at the airport and undermine the wider objective of restraining the growth of the airport beyond its present boundaries. No employment or other planning agent will justify the departure from policy S4. I won't argue with you about whether your characterisation of the main point about the decision is correct. There's no purpose. The inspector can read what you said and read what the inspector said. But can I put to you that neither of those conclusions applies in this case? I mean, the appeal proposal wouldn't prejudice the supply of airport-related office floor space, indeed, airport-related any floor space, because there isn't an airport. And it wouldn't undermine the wider objective of restraining the growth of the airport beyond its present boundaries. And there may or may not be other reasons, but those reasons don't apply here, do they?
That was the conclusion to the inspector in that sense, but I think you can't just read this decision in isolation of that last paragraph. You really need to go through from paragraph 10 all the way through to 15 and make conclusions on the basis. And there are some very helpful decisions in this particular appeal decision which are very relevant to this particular case.
Well, fine, I quite accept, of course, I wouldn't suggest otherwise. The inspector shouldn't read the whole thing. But when we look at his can we agree at least his final paragraph is where his essential reasoning is contained? I therefore conclude that.
In light of all the other considerations, that's his conclusion.
Yeah, that is
But
his
yeah.
conclusion. And have you agreed with me or not that neither of those applies in the present case?
I don't agree with the first point because I do believe that if you were to allow non-aviation uses in these buildings, there's every opportunity that if the airport was to reopen, that additional land and additional buildings would need to be provided, and there's no guarantee that that can be accommodated within the airport boundaries. So therefore, there is an issue about potential for growing the airport beyond its present boundaries, which defeats the whole reason of protecting the land within it in the first place. On the second point, so no employment or other planning game. Sorry, the second point was
undermine the wider objective of restraining the growth of the airport beyond its present boundaries.
yeah, which is what I just sort of
Right, well,
described. So yeah, no, I
Don't
don't.
accept that, I'm not going to argue with you. Now, your rebuttal at 2:15, rebuttal proof 2:15, this is just a point about the DCO's process, a relatively small one, but you rely in 215 of your rebuttal on page 4 on, you say pin to satisfy the project's of real substance, and in my view, rightly so. I've given an extract from the pinned recommendation. Some of those probably made its way to you, but we may not need to trouble the inspector with that. Can we agree that whether or not the project is of real substance for the purposes of a Section 53 application, have access, compulsory access to the land, is a very different question from whether there's a likelihood of the project receiving consent and being delivered?
Yes, because that needs to be tested. I haven't in 215 suggested that. So
No, you haven't. You haven't. I agree. Good, we're agreed. Excellent. And then the last thing was just on the Airports Commission. This is the point you deal with on page 10 of your rebuttal evidence. Paragraph 6.1 through 6.4, all right?
yes.
And you cite what the Airports Commission said in the appendices to their interim report. Okay, can we fish out CD 8.1, please? Actually, CD 8.1.1. So this is one of the documents that was added sort of later in the day. I don't
have that.
The River Oak asked for it to be added to the core document, I mean, last week or something. And it certainly got through to me, but I just don't know if it got through to you.
I'm not sure. Perhaps just to save time, maybe somebody could reply me with the
Yes,
document.
yes.
Somebody just remind me what the CD.
18.
Oh, 18.1.
Oh, 18.
No, we've got 18.1.
I did, and I was wrong. And I apologise. Thank you. Norm was being 18. Yeah, I've written down 18. I just misread it. Thank you very much. I mean, it's conceivable you've been given it and tucked it in. I just don't know. That's right.
Oh, maybe.
Thanks very much. And your reference, Ms. Schembri, in 6.2 of your rebuttal evidence is to entry number 82 in Appendix 1. So as I understand it, this has been numbered CD 18.1.1. And I think, I know because I'm looking at it, entry 82 is on page 33. Yeah? Yeah, cool. Yeah, yeah.
Right. It's 1 or 2, sorry.
One.
One. Okay, yep, I'm there.
Page 33 is the bit you proposed in your rebuttal evidence.
Yep. Yes.
Promote reliever airports concept. This would provide support and or financial incentives to the growth of airports, providing dedicated support for the business and general aviation markets, with the potential additional benefit of reducing the use of congested airports for this traffic. And then the Commission's view, so that we don't get the Commission's view. The Commission supported the reliever airport concept, which recognises maybe the best way to cater to the needs of business users without disrupting the wider airport system. The Commission acknowledges how the UK competitive privatised ownership model doesn't lend itself to a strict replication of the New York system. The Commission recognises airports such as Luton have successfully built their share of the business jet market and is not convinced of the need for government intervention. I mean, with great respect, this has absolutely nothing to do with cargo, does it? I mean, there's lots of well, I say lots, I'm not going to put my finger on them, but the Airports Commission considered the needs of cargo, and indeed that's quite an important feature of the draft MPS. But this isn't about cargo. I mean, I just want to be quite clear, I'm not making the case that the Airports Commission ruled out the development of Manston Airport or the reuse of Manston Airport as an airport. Of course it didn't. We're not making that point. It's a different point we're making. But what I am putting to you is that no, the reliever airports concept doesn't apply to what River Oak are now proposing does it.
I don't agree with that. It encourages what it states in 82 is that the role for a reliever airport is to encourage the growth of airports. Yes, we do that. Provide dedicated support for the business and general aviation market. The evidence that we submitted yesterday suggests that there is a need for what is being proposed by River Oak, i.e. a freight hub. And then thirdly, potential additional benefit of reducing the use of congested airports for traffic. And we've heard already that there is concerns that there is congestion at existing airports for cargo operations.
No, but you don't think the point is I should just make this submission better. There may not be benefits in a cargo hub at Manston. That somebody else will have to decide at some other point. But this isn't about cargo hubs or the carriage of freight. It just isn't. It's so obvious. There's no point in debating it with you. Either you agree or not, and then I shall make a submission. You think that cargo hubs and the carriage of freight are included in the concept of business and general aviation markets. No, but you've got to read it in properly. This would provide support and/or financial incentive to cover that. This being the promotion of the concept, encourage the growth of airports, providing, that is, provide dedicated support for the business and general aviation markets. I mean, whatever else it is, a cargo airport just doesn't do that. It might be a frightfully good idea, but it isn't this, is it?
I don't agree with that.
Well, there we are. Tell your clients a gap about that, I think. Thank you. Just 1 second, if you would. Thank you very much. We'll take.
Thank you.